Hello, everybody. My name is Ponkers until I think of a better name, and today I want to talk about blaming things. And I know everybody's a victim of doing this at one point or another in their lifetime, including myself. And essentially, it's the concept of giving up on something or not pursuing a goal due to an external force that's uncontrollable or out of your reach. People every day will say that they want to do or be something big, like I want to start a business, or I want to get a girl or boyfriend, or I wish I could be rich. I want my dream house. I want a boat. I want a private jet. Sure, whatever. And you'll ask, why not? You know, you're passionate about it. You really want that private jet. Why not? Go for it. And they'll be like, oh, that's too much money, or I'd have to be really lucky for that to happen. And it's just a load of bogus, right? It's just a load of bogus. Because mostly everything in your life is in your control. You decide pretty much every factor in your life, apart from where, who, and how you were raised. Once you turn 18, you're kind of on your own. So you have no one to blame but yourself. And so if you want to do something, you just got to do it yourself, you can't just have like you can't assume that someone's just going to do everything for you. Like your parents are just gonna buy you your private jet or hook you up with your dream girl or whatever. So if you blame something, like if you pin the reason that you can't do something on something that's not within yourself, and you're giving power to that. You're making that obstacle so powerful that it will prohibit you from actually doing it. If you blame it on luck, right? You're giving all power to luck. Then you're just waiting around hoping to win the lottery and, do whatever that you want to do. And obviously, that's not going to work. You're sitting around doing nothing. Do you expect a whole operation business to just plop into your hands and be like, oh, well, now I'm a millionaire and I own my own business? No, it's not how it's going to work. And the power of impossible cannot be understated. When people say something is impossible, it is. It is. When they say it. You don't say it. You say it is possible. Almost anything is possible. Almost anything. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. If you go downtown New York, right? You look at tallest building there. You point to that one. I want that one. I'll buy that one. I'll have that one to go, please. And your friends will laugh at you. But guess what? If you think it's possible and you are seriously passionate about owning that building, you do the research, put the time into it, you can do it. How do you think you got there in the first place? Somebody was like, I want a 300-story building right here. And they did it. And they did it. So the power of impossible and the power of possible are they're so divine and they cannot be understated enough. There's a famous quote I like to call back to when it comes to this sort of thing, and it's from Robert Kiyosaki. And if any of you wanted to start your own business or have watched like motivational quotes on finance, you know who this guy is. He wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. Just a very famous guy and a very famous author. And one quote that I do really like from him is he said, "Instead of I can't do it, you ask yourself, how can I do it?" And I think that's really powerful because it's pretty much what I just stated. It's just, how can I do it? How is it possible? Instead of it's impossible. How is it possible? How can I do it? If you change your mental process to think and formulate ideas like that, then you can do anything you want. You can do anything that you want and are that you're passionate about. I'm passionate about this YouTube channel. So I'm going to stick to this YouTube channel. I don't care how many views I get. I got like 3 views on my last video. I remember the day after I uploaded my second obscure video, it got 1 view. You think I was discouraged? A little bit. First one got like 35 in its first day. I was like, what? No way. And then the second one gets 1? Like, what happened? But I don't care. I'm going to upload the third one probably tomorrow. I'm going to keep going because I just love doing this. I'm very passionate about it. And I'm going to stick it out. And I believe that it will pick up and that people will see it, that people will enjoy it. At least that's my hope. But enough about me. Let's get back to the general basis of the video. Another thing, well, I mean, essentially, you can't wait for the immovable boulder to move, right? You're on this path. You have dedicated yourself to a option, right? Let's just focus on an example, right? Let's say you want to get a girlfriend, and then you're like, oh well, I don't want to get rejected, right? Like I don't know how to meet people, right? You put this boulder in front of your path. It's immovable. You can't do anything about it. You're scared of rejection. You don't know how to meet people. So how would you meet someone? How would you go up to someone and ask them out? It's an immovable force. You put that boulder right there. You placed it there and now you can't move it. So to avoid doing that, you have to not put it there in the first place. It sounds really simple, and it's because it is. It's just following through with it and keeping it in your mind can be very difficult. And I mean, obviously for me, I struggle with this too. I don't know how to meet new people. I go to a community college and live at home for the most part, right? So I don't really get out that much other than longboarding and biking when I have my music in. So I need to get over that immovable boulder that I placed there. That's just for an example, right? I bet you can take 2 minutes out of your day to sit down, think of an immovable boulder that you put in a path in your life and how you can get it out of there. How you can take it out and say, how can I? Not, I can't. A lot of people will say, oh, well, I don't have enough time to do this. That's a big immovable boulder right there. That's a huge one. I don't have enough time. I simply don't. I don't have enough time to go in the dating scene. I don't have enough time to start a business. I don't have enough time. Blah, blah, blah. Right? I guarantee you have time. 90% of people have time. If you're watching this video right now, you've got time. You're on YouTube right now. You chose me of all people. Come on now. Come on. You know you're really bored when you're watching this video. So, like, you have enough time, okay? The only people I can think that really don't have enough time is if you're like a single parent of 3, you're working a full-time job, you're going to full-time college, like, you can't even, like, get 3 hours of sleep without having to do something. Those people, all power to them. I'm very sorry that they're in that unfortunate circumstance, and I wish the best to them. But for the other 90% of people that have time, you can do it. I believe in you. And you have to believe in yourself, more importantly. That brings me to my next part, which is taking accountability. And this is something I learned, I feel like a little early on compared to a lot of people. And I know accountability can kind of seem like a big word to encapsulate and try and figure out at a young age. And I definitely knew what it was in high school, right? But I just didn't follow it. Like I knew what it was, but I chose not to follow it. And I know that sounds kind of bullshit, but stick with me here. My grades in high school, for the most part, sucked. Like, terribly. I almost failed English every single year of high school. Except for my senior year, I did okay. But I got D's consistently. I had E's, which is basically an F, right? I had, like, F's pretty much half the semester up until, like, the end when I really had to lock in and just turn in a few late assignments and bring it up. Like, I knew what I was doing. I knew I just wasn't caring enough. But when I got to my junior year and I joined KCTC, and I realized that there was something I was passionate about, learning about human anatomy and physiology, I understood that it was up to me to know and for me to learn the material. It wasn't just the teacher telling me. I had to take accountability and listen and write down notes and make sure I remember the material for the test and for the quiz to get the good grades. The golden opportunity is not going to come with time. That's another thing. It's now. It's now. The golden opportunity is now. You want to do something, you want to get that dream body physique, it starts now. That golden opportunity is now. The second you realize it, that's when you start going, okay? You hit the gym right that day, or if it's too late, wake up the next morning and do it. That's your time, right? People, I see this happen so much where people will put off something. It's like, oh, I really want to do this, but I don't have enough time right now. I'll wait till like after the school year or after this year, at the end of the year, I'll start like New Year's resolutions, for example. I've never done one of those, because if I need to do something, I do it right then and there. I either do it then or I never do it. If I do say I'm going to do something later, it usually never gets done. I've learned that a lot recently. I know, I think the last thing I want to mention here is very, very cliche, but it's really powerful. Don't forget to never give up. Never. And it's really easy to take the first step, right? You want to learn about business, you do it. You want to ask out the first girl you've ever asked out, go for it. You want to get a job, first job, minimum wage, easy. You don't need any prerequisites. You want to work out for the first time? You want to go to the gym? Yeah, sure, go for it. It's easy. It's easy to pick yourself up. 3 a.m. motivation, watching some motivational video, you're like, all right, I'm going to change my life today. Lots of people go through that. It's really easy to do it the first time, right? But where it's difficult is the commitment. The pressure and allure of giving up is it's because it's easy. It's so simple. Just give up and not try again, right? Close the book. Be afraid of women after the first rejection. Drop out of college, quit the first job, or just stay there. Sleep in tomorrow, skip the workout. Besides, who's going to kill zombies in a game that came out 10 years ago, approximately the age of what would now be a fourth grader? It's the struggle of the process that makes the event of winning worthwhile. If you understand that one concept, I guarantee you're going to go far. You have to make sure you commit. It's the struggle of that commitment that makes getting to the end goal so worth it. If you just like got everything you wanted plopped right in front of you, it would feel so unfulfilling. No matter how silly that may seem, it may seem like it would be amazing. It would be your dream to just wake up in your mega mansion with a private jet on top and a giant mega yacht, and you have a perfect family and millions of gazillions of dollars, right? And it's, yeah, sure, but you didn't work to get that, so it wouldn't feel right. Getting to that position and the work that goes up to it is really, it's about the journey, not the destination. But it kind of is about the destination, because like who doesn't want that? And so if you understand everything that I just said in this video, you're one step closer to what is now my main motto, right? Live life the way you want to. That's a huge motto of mine. I'm going to cover it in another video, but I really want to just push and emphasize on things that I've picked up from my life, that I've seen other people in my life struggle with. I've seen online people struggle with, and so many videos are being made about this. I think it's something that's really been brought to my attention recently, with a lot of thinking and a lot of doing, a lot of things that I do and a lot of things that I screw up on. Keep in mind, I don't have this down perfectly, right? I'm not saying that, oh, I'm perfect, I got all this down. I'm on my way to being a millionaire, right? I got 3 views on my last video. I'm practically there. I'm Jeff Bezos. I could buy out Amazon, whatever. No, I got 3 views, dude. Like, come on now. It can be difficult, right? It is, but that's the thing. The difference is that I love that it's difficult. I'm really enjoying that it's difficult. I like how it wants to put me down, but I still feel that I'm gonna keep pushing no matter what. I don't care what happens. If I've got time, I'm going to do this, and I always have time. I always have time. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Make sure to go check out Why Learn, a great YouTube channel dedicated to helping folks through the struggles of life, navigating your way through your 20s. I just found it yesterday, and I've seemed to binge almost all of his videos already. I really love the content, and I definitely took a bit of inspiration from some of his videos to make this one. So once again, huge shout out to Why Learn. And as always, once again, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!